Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Pitumelo Musenogi. If you are here for the first time, welcome. I just want to share today about my journey to graduating with my first qualification at 36. In the previous video, I shared a little bit about why I share what I share on this channel, what motivated me to start this channel, and why I continue to share the kind of content that I do. I just want to add to that video and share a little bit about my journey to getting my degree. I did share about my first contract ending and how I stayed in Pretoria for a month, and I got a job within that month again after the amount of work that I put. And then I got employed. I got employed as a temp. On an open-ended contract. It didn't have a date. It could end at any time, but it lasted for 3 years. And then after 3 years, I got employed permanently. And then eventually, I decided, okay, at some point I need to study, And I thought, okay, what am I going to study? And where am I going to study? And then I thought of UNISA. And then at UNISA, I submitted an application, and I was rejected. And you don't know. And I passed my matric with a bachelor's degree, meaning I got an entry at the university to study a degree. But here I was rejected. Okay, I wrote emails to check why am I not accepted, and I got an email back to say I don't qualify. But when I checked, I met all the requirements. Okay, and then that year passed. No, that year didn't pass. Somebody advised me to do a certificate in what I wanted to do, to get a certificate in what I wanted to do so that I can get entry into the degree. And I did a certificate in business management, a program in business management. It was a 1-year certificate. After I got that certificate, I think in the same year, because obviously you apply for university applications a year before, I submitted another application and I was rejected again. Now this time around, I was like, oh my God, I don't know now. What am I supposed to do? And as I was still thinking, stressing about what next, because I felt like UNISA was a good option for me at the time because I was working. In addition to that, it's not as expensive as the other universities. It's manageable in terms of tuition and the flexibility of how many modules you can study within a year. You can study 3 modules in a year. And, because they give you 8 years to finish your qualification. So as I was sitting and thinking, the applications closed. So that year was gone. And then the following year, I submitted another application. This time around, they didn't just decline my application. They instead gave me space for higher certificate in the qualification that I wanted to study. So it was a higher certificate in economic and management sciences. Okay, and I was like, okay, at least. Now this is the 3rd year, right? This is the 3rd year that I've been trying to get into this program. As if, I'm getting into this actuarial science or some engineering qualification, took me 3 years. And then I did the higher certificate, and then I passed, and then eventually I got into the degree. And then this whole journey started when I was 28. This whole journey started when I was 28 years old. Took me 3 years. It means I was 31 when I started my degree. And it took me 4 years. It was 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 4 years. And then on the 5th year, I was turning 36. Then I graduated and got my degree. This was very significant, guys. It was a very significant milestone for myself and for my family. Even though my younger brother started studying at the university, which is a whole other story on its own, because I held his hand in order to be able to confidently believe and see that he can be able to study at the university and that he can actually do it, you know. But he started a degree before me. But due to challenges that he had along the way, I was the first graduate in the family. Both my parents didn't finish their matric. My dad and my mom never reached matric, so it was very significant for them to now have a child who has just graduated. But it was also important for me because I felt like I'm holding the torch, you know. I am showing my siblings the way, you know, at least I'm showing them that this route is possible, you know, even though in our family it has not happened. So it was a very significant moment for me and my family, even though my dad passed just before my graduation. He passed, the graduation date came because it was during COVID and they were still thinking whether we were going to have graduations or not. The dates were changing and all of that. In fact, if they stuck to the first date, perhaps my dad could have attended my graduation. But then it took some time and then eventually they decided to have graduations, and that was in July, and my dad passed in May. So it was a painful time, even though it was an exciting time for my family at the same time. So I just thought, let me just share this because, you know, sometimes you look at somebody and you think, they had a nice journey. Things worked out nicely for them because now they have the results. All you see is the results. And you don't know the journey. You don't know the perseverance. You don't know the amount of time where they had to actually dig deep and believe that this is possible. I mean, at some point I could have thought, oh, but you know what? Maybe this is a sign that I should not do this, you know? Because we always talk about having signs and stuff. So I thought today, let me just share my journey so that somebody can be inspired and to say, regardless of the challenges that you come across while you're working towards your goals, you can achieve them. If you're watching up until now, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you on the next one.